What do you think about your looks that makes you appealing to women? Many men think that the only way to win a woman's love is to become the perfect man she wants. This is not true at all. Women may describe their dream man as having good looks, dressed in style and being a gentleman gestures, but it all doesn't matter when she meets a man who is high value and compellingly challenging. In today's video, we'll look at 8 traits of a man who embodies challenge. By looking at these traits through the lens of Stoicism, you'll learn how to become challenging and attract women. The gaze of any woman without effort. Before we begin, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on alerts so you don't miss any fun and interesting videos. After watching this one, please let me know what you think and share it with someone you think will enjoy it. Now let's pay attention and be ready to receive the information that will help you become a highly desirable person, which will improve your relationships. Let's start with number 1. Be yourself. A lot of guys change when they meet someone they like. If you see a pretty woman and want to catch her eye, your first reaction might be to change who you are or how you act. Trying to be the best version of yourself is normal, but there's a thin line between that and giving up on what you believe in. Yes, it's important to be respectful and care about how you look, but changing who you are to please someone else is not the answer. For example, if you meet someone and start acting differently right away, maybe you pretend to be more interested in her hobbies than you really are, or you change your style to fit what you think she likes. At first, this might not seem like a big deal, but over time, it hurts your sense of self. Women can tell when a man is being genuine versus when he's putting on a show, and authenticity is much more attractive than any facade you could make. This idea is deeply connected to Stoicism, which teaches us to be true to ourselves, live in line with our values, and not care what other people think or judge us. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic philosopher, wrote a lot about how important it is to be honest and stay true to yourself. He thought that our inner character is much more important than how we look or what other people think of us. Think of the story of Hercules, who was at a fork in the road and had to choose between the easy path of pleasure and the hard path of virtue. Hercules picked virtue, knowing that it would be harder but more rewarding in the end. Do the same in your interactions. Choose the path of authenticity and virtue. Stay true to who you are, even if it's harder than just copying someone else's tastes. Now let's get down to business. Let's say you have a hobby or interest that you really enjoy, like reading philosophy or playing a certain sport. When you meet someone new, don't hide or change this part of your life. Share it with them. But what if she doesn't like it, you might ask? Remember that the goal is not to make her like you by pretending to be someone else, but to find someone who likes you for who you are. When you're getting ready for a date, it's nice to look good, but make sure you dress in a way that shows off your style, not just what you think she wants to see. For example, if you like classic styles, don't just wear those. If you like a more casual, laid-back look, go for it. The important thing is to be comfortable and confident in what you wear, because that confidence will naturally attract others. In the end, the best way to attract women or anyone else is to focus on becoming the best version of yourself without giving up your values. When you create your own style and stay true to your beliefs, you will attract others. When you're truly confident in yourself, you'll no longer be a less than ideal version of someone else's ideal. You'll be the best version of yourself. So the next time you want to change for someone else, remember that real attraction comes from being true to yourself and your values. Develop your strengths and let your true self shine through. This will help you attract the right people into your life and give you self-respect and inner strength that will serve you well in all areas of your life. Keep them guessing. In the world of Stoicism, there's deep wisdom in being a mystery. An interesting and deep man. Man who is mysterious is often seen as more beautiful than man who plays all of his cards close to home. Begin. Why is this? Being a challenge is naturally appealing, especially to women. They are drawn to complexity and uniqueness, even if they don't say it out loud. This allure is hardwired into their nature. For example, think of a man who is very open about his interests and shares every detail of his life. While transparency can be a virtue, being too open about everything can be a bad thing. Too much of it can make someone boring. For example, a man who doesn't have any secrets or hidden depths might be seen as dull. On the other hand, a man who keeps a mystery about himself and only shows a few layers of his personality at a time becomes interesting. He becomes a puzzle that women can't resist. Think of Marcus Aurelius. Was a great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. He was known for having deep thoughts and being quiet. His knowledge wasn't obvious to everyone, which made his ideas even more valuable. Like men and women everywhere else, women are drawn to things they can't easily understand or control. This need for the unknown is what makes people attractive. Think of this in terms of an onion. Each layer hides another underneath it. Women are often interested in a man whose character has layers. Each layer peeled away shows something new and interesting, which helps the relationship last. Being dynamic and interesting doesn't mean lying. It means having a deep, multifaceted personality that isn't fully revealed at once. For example, you might have a deep-seated belief in certain values or experiences that have shaped who you are today. Share these things with her in small amounts and let her discover them over time. If she sees that there's always more to learn about you, she's more likely to stay interested and invested in the relationship. Including ISM in the being an enigma isn't about playing games. It's about practicing self-control and moderation. You don't have to share all of your thoughts and feelings with the world. Instead, embrace the power of silence and the strength of subtlety. This way, you'll not only attract people through mystery, but you'll also find inner peace and strength. Imagine someone in your life whose mystique makes other people want to be close to them. It could be a co-worker who quietly but meaningfully shares his thoughts, or a friend whose many interests are slowly revealed. These people often leave a lasting impression because they are not an open book. Instead, they are a compelling story that unfolds slowly, drawing others in to turn the pages with interest. Being mysterious doesn't mean being distant or hard to get close to. It means having a quiet confidence and an inner world that is rich and varied, but not fully exposed at once. It means having a sense of self-possession and a calm, sure presence. In general, women and other people are drawn to people who seem mysterious and deep, so accept your inner enigma. Allow your true self to unfold gradually. This approach will not only make you more attractive, but also help you build deeper, more meaningful connections rooted in curiosity and genuine interest. Remember, the journey of discovery is one of the most exciting parts of any relationship. Let your layers be peeled back, slowly revealing the fascinating person you truly are. Number 3. Pursue your aspirations with determination. Far too often, men make significant mistakes in their interactions with women by being too willing to abandon their ambitions when a man talks to a woman he likes. He might be quick to relinquish his goals if her aspirations don't align with his. This eagerness to conform can come off as desperate and unattractive. Consider this scenario. You're passionate about building your career or pursuing a hobby, and you meet a woman whose interests don't exactly match yours. Instead of holding on to your dreams, you might think it's a good idea to show her how much you're willing to change for her. However, this approach is misguided by trying to create artificial similarities and compromising on your ambitions. You risk appearing needy and unassertive, which is a major turn-off. In contrast, there's a man who maintains his position of power by staying true to his ambitions. This unwavering commitment to personal goals is incredibly attractive. When a woman sees that you are not willing to change or give up on your ambitions for her, it signals that you have a strong sense of self and purpose. This is where Stoicism plays a pivotal role. It teaches us to remain steadfast in our principles and not be swayed by external influences. If someone doesn't understand or support your goal of starting your own business, don't give in. Instead, explain why this goal is important to you and continue to work hard toward it. This shows that you are determined and sure of yourself, which can be very attractive. If she asks you to change for her, you present her with a challenge that you are not willing to give up on your ideals, which makes you more interesting and desirable. Women often find men who are tough and hard to win over more attractive because it shows strength and confidence. In practice, sticking to your goals might mean setting limits and putting your own needs first. If she wants you to skip a crucial business meeting to spend time with her, and you say that your career comes first, but you'll make time later, you're showing that you value your goals. This balance of being considerate and respecting your goals can make you very attractive. On a deeper level, Stoicism teaches us the value of inner strength and resilience. By staying true to your ambitions, you demonstrate these Stoic qualities. You show that you are not easily swayed by outside opinions or pressures, and that you have the mental fortitude to pursue what really matters to you. This kind of character strength can be incredibly attractive. Being magnetic means embracing your goals and staying true to them. This is a core principle of Stoicism and a strong way to attract women. Being unwavering in your pursuits makes you stand out as someone who isn't easily swayed, which makes you an irresistible challenge for many women. Remember, the key is to balance your ambitions with respect and care for others, which shows that you are both driven and caring, which is a great combination that is sure to get you noticed. When it comes to beauty, one trait stands out: having very good sense. A lot of women find this very attractive. What makes the difference between men who don't get noticed and men who do is how they think. Let's look at this through the lens of Stoicism, which can help us become men with strong morals and unwavering principles. Think of two kinds of guys. People in the first group change what they think and do based on what society says is right and wrong. They don't think twice about following the crowd. They never question the status quo. These men don't have strong beliefs and values, which makes them seem unsure of what they want and easily swayed. On the other hand, true alpha males, those who are sure of themselves and effortlessly attract women, question everything around them. They don't blindly follow the crowd or conform to societal norms. Instead, they look at the bigger picture and make decisions based on their principles and well-thought-out judgment. This type of man lives by the Stoic ideal of not giving in to outside forces, but instead following one's own logical thoughts. Imagine that your friends want to go drinking every weekend. The conformist would go along with them without thinking twice because he wants to fit in. But the man with good judgment would question this routine because it doesn't fit with his goals or values. Instead, he might choose to spend his time more productively, maybe working on a personal project, reading, or doing activities that help him grow. This man's determination based on his values sets him apart in a world where many people act just because everyone else is doing it. Be the kind of man who stands firm against the tide. This shows that you have a strong personality and the ability to think for yourself and stick to your beliefs. Women are naturally drawn to men who show traits of individuality and uniqueness that shine brightly when they don't easily give in to social norms. By taking this Stoic stance, you build a character that is strong and dependable. Your decisions become firm because they are based on careful thought rather than passing social trends. This steadiness is both a sign of knowledge and a great way to get noticed. Women like men who are sure of what they believe and don't mind living by it, so push yourself to be that kind of man. Follow the Stoic way of thinking and make choices based on your ideals and principles. Show the world and the women around you that you are a man of strong character and unwavering judgment. This isn't just about getting women to like you. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, someone who is respected, admired, and genuinely attractive because of the strength and clarity of their convictions. If you've made it this far and are still with us, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below, or just type "fantastic" to show your support. Let's keep going with number 5. Make them work for it. Many men miss this important point. When a woman shows interest, they react with too much eagerness, like a thirsty traveler finding an oasis. This overzealousness can be off-putting because it makes the woman think that the man values attention over a real connection. Men often don't think about whether they really enjoy the woman's flaws because they're too focused on getting attention right away and not giving much thought to the future. If you want to attract women in a meaningful way, you need to have a stoic attitude. Know what kind of woman you want in your life and be strict about sticking to those standards. When you turn down women who don't meet your standards, you challenge them. Women naturally like guys who are picky and have high standards. If they know that your standards are high, they will be more interested and driven to meet them. Let's say you value being smart and kind. If a woman shows interest but doesn't want to have meaningful conversations or acts selfishly, you should politely move away. This not only shows self-respect, but also tells her that you won't settle for anyone. By doing this, you become a trophy in their eyes, someone they should strive for. For example, if you value health and fitness, you can subtly show that by staying fit and doing activities that reflect these values. When a woman sees that you're committed to your ideals and won't compromise, she may be inspired to align herself with your standards. Adopting this way of thinking is similar to the Stoic principle of self-control and inner strength. You're not driven by short-lived wants or approval from other people. Instead, you stay true to your values, which makes you stronger. Beautiful and ideal. When you practice Stoicism, you learn to be patient and understand that meaningful connections take time to form. This way, women will know that you are not just any guy, but someone who holds himself to higher standards and wants a partner who can match those standards. You get to know someone well and decide if she shares your views. This patience is attractive because it shows that you aren't desperate for attention, but are instead looking for a real connection. By not making things easy for them, you challenge women to rise to your level. This selective approach not only attracts good partners, but also strengthens your own sense of self-worth and toughness. It changes the situation so that they want to win, which makes them even more interested and impressed. By applying these Stoic principles to your relationships, you develop a sense of inner strength and self-respect that is clearly attractive. Women will see you as a serious man who wants a partner who can live up to his standards. This method not only makes you more appealing, but it also makes sure that the connections you make are based on real respect and compatibility. Number 6. If you want to attract women, choose to reply instead of react. To test a man's character and calmness, women often throw different challenges at him. These challenges come in different forms, and each one needs a different kind of response. For example, you're talking to her, and she makes a playful but pointed comment about your career or aspirations. Instead of getting defensive or angry, you pause, think about what she said, and respond with confidence and clarity. This shows that you are in control of your emotions and focused on your goals, which is something that women really like. Let us look into the Stoic principle behind this. Stoicism tells us to always keep our cool and be clear-headed. Marcus Aurelius stressed how important it is to be cool and in control of yourself. If you follow these rules, you will not only be able to handle problems with grace, but you will also show a deep inner strength. Think of a common example. You're on a date when plans suddenly change because of something out of your control. Instead of getting angry, you take a moment to think about what happened and politely suggest a new activity or place and the date. This answer shows that you can change and keep your cool. Things that women like about men. A strong and sure of himself man responds instead of reacting. The fact that you can stay strong in the face of adversity shows that you know what you want and what you stand for. Women are naturally drawn to men. Stoics are people who are strong and stable, and adding them into your daily life can help you develop this skill. Work out mindfulness. Think about your reactions and try to figure out what's making you feel that way. By doing this, you build the strength and calmness that make you a magnetic and attractive person. Responding thoughtfully instead of impulsively also shows that you value your inner peace and keep your emotions in check. Women like men who can stay calm and collected, especially when things are stressful. It shows that you are mature and can handle life's challenges with grace in social settings. This trait is even more valuable when you think about it. At a party, someone says something mean about you in front of other people. Instead of getting angry or embarrassed, you reply with something calm and funny, which diffuses the situation and keeps your dignity. This skill of staying calm under stress makes you stand out from others and makes you very appealing. Stoicism tells us that we can't change the things that happen to us, but we can change how we react to them. If you adopt this way of thinking, you'll be able to handle life's uncertainties with poise. Women are drawn to this kind of strength because it makes them think you can provide stability and support, which are important qualities for any meaningful relationship. To sum up, the difference between responding and reacting can have a big effect on how you interact with women. By following Stoic principles, you learn to control your emotions, stay focused on your goals, and deal with problems with grace. This not only makes you more attractive, but it also helps you make deeper, more fulfilling connections. Don't forget that a man who responds with thought is in charge of his life, and that is a challenge worth seeking. Make talks more interesting. In the past, people truly believed and wrongly thought that women were not as smart as men. This false idea wasn't just unfair, but also fundamentally false. Today we know that women are very smart people who value others' wisdom and energy. This insight is directly related to the Stoic idea that virtue and knowledge are more important than things above all else. Picture yourself at a social event where you see a man who talks in simple terms, only talks about boring things, and doesn't offer anything. At least on the surface, this kind of behavior can seem like it lacks intellectual interest and depth. Women can easily tell when someone isn't stimulating their minds, and this can be a big turn-off. It's like the Stoic idea that we should aim for excellence in our actions and thoughts, instead of settling for mediocrity. Now, let's look at the opposite situation. Imagine a man who has deep, thought-provoking conversations. He doesn't just talk to fill the silence. He shares his thoughts, asks deep questions, and actively listens. Instead of talking about unimportant things, he digs into things like the philosophy of happiness, how ancient wisdom affects modern life, or the most recent book that made him think deeply. Women are very interested in men who are intellectually active. It shows that he values knowledge and is passionate about learning, which is a great match for the serious pursuit of wisdom. Women like guys who are mentally strong and ready for a challenge. They want someone who can respectfully argue about different points of view. Someone who sees every conversation as a chance to learn and grow. This fits nicely with the Stoic practice of seeing problems as chances to grow. Here's another example. On a first date, instead of making small talk, you bring up an interesting topic, like the Stoic idea of amor fati, which means loving one's fate. You talk about how accepting everything that happens, good or bad, can make your life more fulfilling. This not only shows how deeply you think, but it also makes room for a meaningful exchange of ideas. Your date is interested in your point of view and respects your intellectual capacity. Women aren't just looking for a partner, they want a companion who can intellectually challenge them, someone who makes them think and helps them grow. By starting meaningful conversations, you show that you are a person of substance, someone who values wisdom and knowledge. This makes you genuinely attractive. If you want to attract women, focus on starting meaningful conversations. Push yourself to go beyond the superficial, and you'll find that women are drawn to your intellectual vitality. Just as Stoicism teaches us to seek wisdom and excellence, your interactions can make you genuinely attractive. Eighth, hold yourself to high standards and have talks that spark your interest, help you grow, and show that you want to live a thoughtful and examined life. Have you ever noticed that guys who get a lot of attention from women don't seem to put in much effort? They don't seem to be constantly complimenting women, but they still manage to get their attention. On the other hand, you could be giving the most beautiful and artistic compliments, but they don't seem to have the same effect. The difference is in how you approach things. Those other guys know how important it is to be a challenge, which is a principle deeply rooted in Stoicism. Keeping your emotions and, if you're at a social event and there's a guy surrounded by women who's mostly just listening and nodding or making short comments. On the other hand, you're giving this guy a lot of compliments like, "Your eyes are like the stars in the night sky, captivating and endless." But this guy who doesn't say much seems to be getting all the attention because he makes his approval something to be earned. Women like it when someone doesn't give it away easily. This doesn't mean you should never compliment a woman. It just means you should be selective and genuine. For example, instead of saying, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen," say something simple and true like, "You have a nice smile." Your words have more weight when they are hidden in this way. This keeps her guessing and interested. Now, let's go a step further. If you notice that a woman is trying to get your attention, like by starting conversations more often, dressing up when she knows you'll be around, or trying to impress you with her knowledge or skills, you can say something like, "I like that you always have interesting things to say," or that you're really into your hobbies. These are specific compliments that show you've noticed her efforts without being too nice. This method isn't about playing games, it's about learning about human psychology and learning to control yourself. Over time, women will start to see you as a leader whose approval is worth earning. This will make you the alpha and the most attractive guy at any party. By following this Stoic principle, you become more self-controlled and discerning. You're not easily impressed, which sets a higher standard for yourself and those around you. People, including women, will strive to meet these standards, which builds respect and admiration. Your presence becomes more magnetic and influential, not because you're trying too hard, but because you've mastered the art of being a challenge. This method not only helps in attracting women, but also aligns with Stoic values of self-control, discernment, and genuine appreciation. By not being easily impressed, you create a dynamic where people are motivated to earn your respect, making your interactions more meaningful and impactful. This is how you become the alpha, the most attractive guy in any setting. As we conclude our exploration into the captivating world of Stoic principles and their influence on modern relationships, It's clear that the journey towards self-improvement and genuine connections is both challenging and rewarding, from not changing ourselves solely to attract others to the profound appeal of not being easily impressed. Each principle we've discussed serves as a cornerstone in building a more attractive and authentic self. Remember, the essence of attraction in the Stoic perspective is not about manipulation or superficial tactics. It's about cultivating a robust inner character, embracing your true self, and engaging with others in a way that reflects your deepest values and virtues. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This advice is timeless and particularly relevant as you navigate the complexities of relationships in your interactions, whether you are trying to attract someone or simply become a better version of yourself. Let these Stoic teachings guide you. Focus on authenticity, resilience, and integrity. By treating each other with respect and genuine appreciation, you not only attract the right people into your life, but you also make lasting bonds that are based on more than just initial attraction. As we say goodbye in this video, take these ideas and use them in your own life. Try using these principles in your daily interactions and see how they change your relationships and personal growth. Write about your ideas and experiences in the space below, or just type them out. I'm a challenge, and let's keep going on this path together, helping each other live a good life. Thank you for joining me as I look at how Stoic wisdom applies to relationships today. For more ideas and conversations, don't forget to like, share, and follow. If you want to go deeper, watch the suggested videos that show up on the screen now. Until next time, try to be good all the time and let your true self show in everything you do.